It's live.
Oh, we're live.
Okay, there we go.
I just gotta sort my mic and we're good to go.
Amazing.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
'Tis the season to be jolly and joyous.
Joy's the word.
Joy's the word.
Joy's been
it's
the
our
word
sermon
of the
word.
month.
It's, you got the joy of the Spirit.
Yeah.
That's, what else could you have, really?
Touche. I have actually something on that.
What you got?
On joy. So I'm definitely borrowing this from Pastor Michael. Pastor Michael's it's been 2 great weeks in a row on joy. Excited for, I would assume, 1 or 2 more of joys on a Sunday morning here at Warner, Whitechapel. But I wouldn't say prayer, my ask or my hope.
Yeah.
My hope is that Christ followers have more joy every day in the moment. I feel sometimes, and it's not just out here at Whitechapel, it's everywhere, it's all around the world. I feel sometimes I hear or I can feel that like bad mojo or negativity or complaining. Hey, I got stuck at this light. It's like, guys, to me, and this is my thing, I've been so keen on and just been really taken back on this year. It's like we have the ultimate promise.
That's right.
Like, it's okay if we get stopped at the red light. It's
right.
okay.
Yeah.
I think I hope, and I know this is me on top of a hill, and I know that sometimes people don't like that. I hope people can live daily with more joy.
Yeah, for sure. Well, when it's not circumstantial, it's not based off of circumstances, then it's not going to be affected by circumstances, right?
Yeah.
In a rush, you catch the red light. Well, that's not going to affect my joy. That might affect whether I'm late or not.
Yeah.
And maybe I need to be better at my timing. But but that's not going to affect my joy because my joy is in the Lord. My joy is not based on circumstances.
Yeah.
And so
unbelievable. And I think, and it happens probably to everyone, all human.
Yeah.
It's a manly thing of circumstances here on earth takes front. It kind of takes over when it definitely should not.
Right.
And it's kind of, I think it's a problem that sometimes us as humans can fall into.
Right.
Yeah.
So
that was my joy thing.
I love it.
Dude, I'm a big joy guy.
You are a big joy guy. You're all about keeping spirits up. And I think that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. I'm a big joy. Our house is joyful.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Maybe it's not the cleanest house and maybe we should have done one more thing, but those can always wait. Those things can always, we will get to them. But if joy at dinner, joy, hey, it's always bath time and homework and stuff. But if you can do a couple of those things with joy, to me, it makes it a joyful place.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that about you.
Thanks, dude. You know what? Okay, so I won't go there yet. I got a really good compliment for Mr. Jordan.
Wow.
And his family.
It's on your brain, and you just want to withhold
I know,
right now.
But, guys, this is 4 days in a row. Jordan and Dave.
Yeah.
4 in a row. I think it is our record. I'm grateful
I'd have to
for
say
that.
probably, yeah.
I am grateful for that. It's been good. It's been a good little run.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what's on the docket. Actually, I'm probably... Yeah, I'm going to somehow see. I'm going to, when dropping off Colin or something, I'm just going to run in and be like, hey, day 5.
Run in, give me a hook.
There you go. Day 5.
I'll be here.
Just keep it rolling.
Yeah, Christmas party for the youth, Wednesday.
Love it.
This won't be released before that, but whatever.
It was so
Maybe
cool.
I'll release it right now, today,
Yeah.
and it will, I'll just figure it out.
To talk about that, it was, so Colin came last Wednesday for youth and had a really good time, and we weren't sure next week, and then I guess it's kind of like a Christmas pajama party. Is that right?
Yeah.
And, kid's growing. We keep on feeding him. He keeps on eating the big meals at Applebee's, like I said to you off air.
That's right. Yeah.
So he keeps on growing, so he didn't have Christmas pajamas anymore. We usually do get a Christmas pajamas every year, and we haven't done that yet. So he's like, hey, I kind of need a Christmas pajamas this time because Wednesday's it.
Yeah.
So,
Got to use them.
yeah. We
that's right.
another Target trip, our daily run to Target,
Yeah.
and we got him. He's excited. So we're excited for him that that fire is.
Yeah.
It's coming.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
You know, so Dave and I have been hanging out the last 4 days, right? We've been on Saturday, we went to the lighting of the Christmas tree in Port Orange, and cool. Santa was there, and it was awesome. Yeah. And then Sunday, we had church.
Yeah.
You know, just
that's
worshiping our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Nothing better than that.
Amazing.
Nothing better than
that. And
then
yesterday we went to the Night of Lights at St. Augustine, and it's like there's always things for Christmas. Like we were just talking with Lucy. Like there's always like plans for Christmas.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about making plans for Christmas, you guys should come to Christmas Eve at Whitechapel Church. We're gonna have a candlelight service.
Yes.
It's going to be 1 hour long. We want to respect your time. You're going to get there at 4:30 and get out at 5:30 so you can go have dinner with your family. Yeah, and it will be awesome. We would love for you to come, just sing some carols.
Amazing.
Hear some special music. Light a candle.
Yeah.
Feel the joy of the Lord. Maybe it'll be a chilly evening. We'll get to bundle up.
So last night in St. Augustine, which Miss Brooke posted the story, and then Susie reshared the story, and I love like she put a little caption of it, but like, the tradition continues. It has been. It's been, I think, 3 years in a row.
2
in a row.
Yeah.
Okay.
It just we've thrown so much in there that it's felt like 3 probably.
Yeah, wow. St. Augustine for another time, because I felt like we've been there 3 together.
No. Pretty sure not.
Okay.
Because 3 years, Jones would have been...
not just Christmas, another time. Like, did we just go to St. Augustine just for the...
Oh, maybe. We might have.
I think
maybe.
so.
That's possible.
Yeah. I feel like we went to the pizza place one time.
That was for Christmas last year, right? And then, because we were hanging out, we were like, oh, we'll get on the train when we get on the train.
Yeah.
And we didn't know we needed tickets.
It was sold out.
Turns out, if you go to Night of Lights in St. Augustine,
you
should go. Awesome. Beautiful. America's first city. Amazing. Go. It's great. Buy your tickets before you go.
Pre-order.
Yeah. Pre-order
the tickets.
And, they're a little pricey. Buy your tickets. Count the cost. To go for it.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. It's fun.
You got a free apple cider at the end, so...
And a cookie that you didn't even as an adult eat. You took a bite of, but your son ate it.
Yeah.
Your son ate it.
It's I feel like after doing the trolley, and this year we did it, it's you can walk it. And because we walked it last year, and I thought we had a great time.
We did.
And it was like...
the trolley was cool.
It's free to walk.
It is very free to walk.
Very free to walk.
And we'll probably do that next year. We'll go for a little walk.
Yeah.
Or if we were like, we're going to spend money, we probably would try the horse-drawn carriage. Oh. Because Jones would lose his ever-loving mind. He would just be like...
And I love when he saw the boat with lights. There's something amazing about a kid, a young kid. My girls do it once in a while. I know Jones is right in that time of like, hey, we see a boat out there, and it's like, okay, we see a boat out there, but when he saw that boat with lights, it's like, whoa, like the wonder. It's pretty incredible.
Well, wonder is an amazing thing
to
just like invoke in a child, and it makes me think of like, okay, like I need to wake up and feel wonder about some things, like, because with the older you get, the more things become commonplace, and you're just like, okay, whatever, seen it, done it, been there, blah blah blah, bought the ticket, did the trolley, but
it was like, a Monday night, it was Monday,
but like invoking some wonder in your life, like I think that even living that way with God is really important, and saying like, okay, restore to me, like David says this to the Lord in the Psalms. He says, restore to me the joy of my salvation. I think it's important for us to remember what we've been redeemed from and for and by the Lord. And like, that's super important. And so like just to make a spiritual connection to Christmas wonder. Like Jones hasn't spiritualized that yet in his life, and he doesn't understand fully that like it's like God took on flesh and came in a humble way to the earth to grow up and live a sinless life and be the sacrifice for sin. He doesn't get that. Obviously, he's two. He only gets parts of it. But for us as adults who love the Lord, to stir, like let that mull around in our minds and let us like stir our hearts toward affection towards God for what he did. Like what an awesome thing to celebrate. And that's why Christmas is as big as it is. You know, it's been big for thousands of years before they did all the Lexus commercials where people were getting cars and stuff. You know what I mean? Like it's
amen to that.
Before that.
You big shout out. You know who I think does a great job of that here at Whitechapel is Pastor Morgan. Mm-hmm. I think when, you know, it's not often, maybe every quarter, something of that nature. I don't know if it's timed out. Don't need to know, but it just seems like every once in a while he gets up there and his message is like, guys, wake up. Like we're week to week, and sometimes every week we get a great message, you know, great readings every single time. But it's like, hey, Pastor Morgan's like, let's go. Invoke the flame. Let's get that wonder back in our love for Jesus.
Yeah, that's amazing. So big shout out.
Shout out.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what we do here.
We just shouting people out.
Yeah. Shout out to Lucy.
Yeah, you know? Shout out. Great.
Pastor
awesome.
Michael.
Yeah.
Shout out.
So buddy. Good.
Dude, it was so on Sunday, me and Susie usually always sit next to each other. Susie sometimes is in the back. I love when she does that because I know it helps others, and we get that help every week. Yeah. But I love when she's sitting next to me because like we just have some, you know, there's some husband and wife stuff, and the Pastor Michael put on like the movie for a little bit. Mm-hmm. I'm like, man, feels like we have a substitute teacher. Like that's like I felt like that every time.
Like he rolls in the TV.
Yes, I'm like,
check this out.
And it was and I'm watching and I'm like, okay, I'm like all of a sudden just like like fireworks in my spiritual, like this is amazing. Like it was. Because Pastor Michael doesn't do that often. And I'm like, well, you know, it has to be a really big meaning why he's showing us this clip. And to me, it registered with me. So I thought, just wanted to give him a spot on to that.
Huge shout out.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the man. We love him.
Yeah.
Love him a lot. Love you, Pastor Michael. I don't know if you still watch these, but I hope you do. It would mean a lot to us.
He's going to clip this one and he's going to put it back on my channel. He's like, oh, you like movie time? Here you go.
Yeah. So, man, that's amazing. I figure because this will be our last church chats of the year.
Yep, last church chats.
I don't even know what number we're on, but let's just say a very church chats Christmas. Here we are.
Yeah.
You know, wow. And so how about we just talk about holiday traditions? What are some of your Christmas traditions that you guys love to do? Makes the kids like go crazy, you know? Like what do you guys do?
I think probably when you say that our number one, I guess, is so on Christmas Eve. It's so funny you said that because I just drove by it. So on Christmas Eve, when I was younger, we always went to my grandma's house. Like we always went to grandma's house, the whole family, right? So my grandma had 5 kids and they had 2, 3, 4 kids. So it was, still to this day, very vividly remember, you know, back then it was so wild. We literally waited to midnight. We literally waited to 12:01 to get the Christmas Eve presents just from our like immediate family.
That's what we did.
Was that
too.
a thing? Yeah, it was midnight. Now we think about it's like, all right, kids, it's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, start going to bed. You know.
Yeah.
So
well, I don't know if we even started that until I was like maybe past double digits, you know.
Sure.
So I don't know if I'd be like, Jones, you better stay up, buddy. You're gonna give Christmas presents.
I remember waiting to midnight, and there was 20 of us kids playing and hanging, and then of course there'll be a tree, we are incredibly blessed. We would have all these presents there, and you would be like, which one is ours and yours, and what is it? It looks like a basketball. It looks like a basketball, just stuff like that. It was just the best core memories. The movie Inside Out, if you haven't seen it, go see it. Core memories.
Yeah.
But now my aunt kind of took that over, and it's amazing. It's probably been 8 years, 10 years of always going to our aunt's house for Christmas Eve
so awesome.
and doing that. And kind of, it's so funny to see like the family tree just now go down. Now I was the kid. Now I'm the adult with 4 kids going to this Christmas Eve party. So definitely Christmas Eve is a major one. You know, Susie cooks. I know Susie cooks cinnamon rolls Christmas morning.
Yeah.
So we're kind of, you know, everyone's back there ripping and rolling, and all of a sudden, Mama's cooking cinnamon rolls. That's a thing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, but it's funny. Like we have very busy lives with so many different kids doing so many different things. We have like one day. Probably coming up very soon. We always do like Christmas. We bake cookies and then do the, decorate cookies and always have the kids invite one of their friends
houses
over.
Or anything.
Yeah. So then the gingerbread house is the big one. That's with Susie's mom. We call her Cece. Yeah. She does that with the kids. So like I know I'm rambling. I'm sorry, but like,
no, you're fine.
We do a lot. Like
throw a lot of good stuff in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we, like you said, we just did this thing in St. Augustine, and it was December 9th. But, like, to do all these traditions.
Yeah, make a month out of it.
Yeah, it's
I mean, we got our tree up the week of Thanksgiving. We're like, let's go.
Yeah.
It'll probably stay up until the first week of
February.
January.
February 9th.
we
How about you guys?
We were relatively new as far as a family with traditions and all that, but like we wake up and do our immediate family Christmas presents in the morning. And
do you do one Christmas Eve present?
We haven't done that. I don't think but I do like doing that. My family, we always did Christmas like at midnight.
Okay.
We would do Christmas at midnight, and me and my brother would stay up like all night.
Wait.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't do Christmas at 7:30 a.m.? Christmas was at midnight?
Yeah. But that was when we were like early teenagers, like.
Yeah.
And our parents were just like, here, stay up all night and play the new video games you got.
This is amazing.
Yeah, we did that. So like the Sheneman tradition was hectic. But we didn't have extended family that was nearby. So we didn't have like Christmas Day activities. It was always just the 4 of us for Christmas. So they would just be like, let's do it. Like,
that's amazing.
Sometimes we would split it up and leave some for the morning. But I remember one of my greatest Christmas memories is when the original Xbox first came out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And we opened that thing on Christmas Eve and got NFL Fever and NHL Blitz. Yeah. And we played those games all night. And it had a DVD player in it. And that was so foreign and amazing. Yeah. And we were watching Jurassic Park 3 at some point in the night. It was amazing. Yeah. And so that's like one of my fondest Christmas memories. But like as far as my family, we wake up in the morning and Jones is stoked about Christmas. I think what we did last year and probably what we'll do this year is that I read the nativity story from Luke 2. Yeah. And we read it as a family together. Nice. And that was really cool.
Yeah.
We do a few gifts, and then we take the gifts that we have for our family. We usually go over to the Garmin's house, and when you walk into the Garmin's house on Christmas Day, you smell cinnamon rolls, and you smell egg souffle.
Wow,
egg souffle is chef's kiss. Julie, I love it. I cannot wait for some egg souffle on Christmas Day. Look at that. And then we're there for hours. Yeah. And then
basketball starts, football starts.
Yeah, this year, football, basketball, we're going to have a good time.
Yeah.
Hopefully Netflix gets their stuff together we got a big Steelers game on Christmas Day.
Come on, Netflix.
If you're hearing this, I've been a customer since you were mailing DVDs through the mailbox.
Ditto.
I should have invested. I don't know. I was a teenager, but like I should have. I should have seen the writing on the wall.
There. Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Let's get Church Chat streamed on Netflix.
Dude. They're doing everything else. You play video games on Netflix? You kidding me?
Hello.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. That'd be cool.
Shout out to you, Netflix.
Yeah. Why not do your own YouTube platform? YouTube is going to like say this video violates the policy. Like, no! Don't give them ideas.
You committed a strike.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's one of the worst emails you can get, by the way.
yeah,
Someone who's content creator.
Yeah.
You get a strike on YouTube.
I have heard that from a few friends of mine that are content creators.
It is.
Like, it's like when you're out for a week and you're like, especially when your income's dependent on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's tough. Yeah.
Meta sends me a check once a month.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's it's Meta, so they're pretty smart. They know what they're doing, and sometimes they're like, "Hey, this is copywritten." I'm like, "It's me." Like, it's David Van Auken talking into a selfie. Like, how is it copywritten? Is there someone who else is me? It's pretty wild.
How does that happen? Is it because it got posted somewhere else first, and then they say that belongs to Dave, but you are Dave?
It's wild.
And
There's no reason. There's no way it can be posted somewhere first. It's me posting it for the very first time. Yeah.
Yeah. You're live.
I'm live, and it's like, you're copyrighted. I'm like, it's me. But it happens sometimes. It's happened a couple of times, and I've said nope. No, thank you. I'm not taking this. And they're like, no, you're right. I'm like, thank you, Meta. But we've had 1 or 2 strikes this year on Facebook.
So okay, they'll go, oh, you're right.
Yeah.
But
they take the strike away.
They take the strike away, but your viewership on there is gone.
Sometimes not. Sometimes they're pretty good of like, they will take the video away and they tell you, so then right away I go, no, guys.
Oh, so they answer this quick. This is like in real time.
Oh yeah, it could be an hour and then our video's right back up and you're okay.
Yeah.
But there's been a couple for sure that they go, no, this is something. I'm like, this is David Van Auken and Elle Dawson talking. This is
like,
we are.
I am Dave Van Auken.
Yeah.
She is Elle Dawson.
Yeah.
We are who we are. Are my parents copyright infringing me right now? Wow, that's wild.
Yeah.
That is really wild.
So.
That's interesting. The more you know, I'm learning something.
I
feel like we're on I feel like we could talk about anything now because we're just like, we're there. Like, this might be a long form today. This might be it. We might have to grab lunch after this.
Hey, keep it coming. Keep the time coming. More time with Jordan. So let me give him his good compliment then. We're in this space.
Yeah, let's go.
So
I'm ready.
I knew that for sure the word of the kind of the month here has been joy.
Yeah.
And I knew we would come up. I knew I was going to talk about it earlier, and I thought about it, and it was very organic. This came over me, and I was like, man, with our girls were so excited to see you guys last night, to see Jones last night. And I think this is probably one of the best compliments you can give another man or a family man. I'm like, you guys, you and Miss Brooke, I always call her Miss Brooke, and Jones, you give our family, the Van Aukens, so much joy.
That's awesome.
And I thought about that. I was like, there's a lot of people on this planet, and there's always a lot of people that come into people's lives and come out of people's lives. Mm-hmm. But it's amazing because and there's a lot of great people out there that you don't sometimes connect with right away, or maybe connect with at all for whatever reason, whatever God's doing, right?
Yeah.
But you guys definitely bring so much joy to the Van Auken house.
Thanks, man.
It's pretty amazing. So
you know what's cool about you saying about people coming in and out and not knowing people, and you're around people, but maybe you don't know them super well. We've known each other pretty much my whole time working here, but we've really become close over the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's really awesome. And so I think the challenge of that for other people is don't take for granted the community you're in and the people you're around. And you could you could find some of your best friends right here in church. If you just give somebody a chance to get to know you. Point. And that's really cool.
Yeah.
And it all started you inviting me to fight night, I think, over at your house, really.
Yeah, look at that.
And so you cracked the door open a little, and I was like, come on.
Come on. And you know that you guys are always welcome anytime. It would be a Tuesday afternoon. You'd be like, hey, can we come? Yes. Our house is always welcome to you guys. But yeah, that's a great point, because you never know. And even I said it to Susie a week ago about Miss Lucy, like she's been such a blessing. And it hasn't been a ton, but with her kind of watching the kids for us, and we never knew that. She has a younger sister who Miss Melissa's like, hey, she's going to college. Abby can do this. And we're like, okay. Yeah. So it's just like, you really never know. And same kind of thing. We've known them for years and years and just never thought of it or never thought to ask or, so it's, I definitely think that, and we say this all the time, especially here at Whitechapel, people should absolutely, anyone's watching, listen to this, ask us to coffee or dinner or vice versa. We should do that more often too.
Put yourself out there.
Yeah.
You got to go out on a limb because that's where the fruit is, right?
It's one of my sayings.
That's Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy Carter said that?
Jimmy Carter quote.
Okay.
I mean, maybe not the best president, but he was a good quote machine, I guess. He's still alive. God bless him.
Jimmy Carter's still alive?
Dude, yeah, I think somebody had to move his hand so he could vote this election, but God bless him, he's still alive.
Nice.
100 years old.
That's
I think 100 years old.
And I don't know. So with me turning 40 this year, it's like I always think about that a little.
What would another 60 years look like on you?
Wow. I hope to still have decent hair by then.
I think so. Yeah. I think you'll be good.
Sounds good.
You'll be solid.
Yeah.
The Van Auken flow.
Amazing. So hopefully more communal time here at Whitechapel.
Yeah, man. Get to know people. It's the season of giving, and we've been talking about our Christmas offering and plans to do some outreach things in the new year with that. And then we've been talking about giving for the windows. Those should be installed shortly after Christmas. It was supposed to be before, but you know how things go.
Yeah.
So that'll be cool. Get our glorious windows back in there.
And one thing I don't want to say this because to be on me or us as Van Aukens, it's not about that at all. It's about I'm trying to communicate, and I think it's a really good story and it's a good meaning behind it that I know everyone else here does as well, but I know because of my personal stories, right? It's lately we've been I'm not sure exactly what Susie does online or other stuff, but I just I give now to Colin or Dylan, and they love it. And we do it. It could be, we're very fond of the donut station here at Whitechapel, and there's always a little donation thing. So they'll do that, or of course the black boxes right beforehand.
Yeah.
And it's so over the month, 6 months, 8 months doing that, and it's amazing to me now that both, because I was trying, and this is the dadism, trying to instill into Colin and Dylan, hey, giving is good, giving back is amazing, donation is very, very good and very important, right? Trying to instill that in them.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, they kind of didn't understand, and they're like, wait, this? I'm like, yes, this is the good thing to do. This is the great thing to do.
Yeah.
And now it's funny when we park here at church, they come to me, they're like, hey, we want to give today, we want to donate this today. And sometimes it was amazing. I think it was Dylan was like, hey, do I need to bring my money to do that? He's already kind of registered to him.
That's awesome.
This is a good thing to do. I'm like, no, buddy, you don't have to do that. This is mommy and daddy's thing, right?
Yeah.
But it was amazing to hear that he had that heart in him to give back.
That's awesome.
And he was thinking of himself. I thought it was pretty cool.
Yeah, and I have a funny story, and I don't know if I'd be putting Lucy on the spot about talking about this, but we did a ministry thing. We were doing a funeral recently, and she helped lead worship at the funeral with me, and I had another student another couple of students that did some things in the tech booth and all of that, and that's just extra time you're giving of your time to do that, and you don't expect anything when you do that, but we were given cards with money in them as a gift for doing that, as thank you for doing this. Well, and it's that's really nice and awesome. And she opened hers in my office because it was during her TA period, and she was in there opening it, and Brooke was like, oh yeah, jokingly was like, yeah, you got, tithing on the increase and all of this stuff. And Lucy instantly pulls out her phone and goes onto the giving app and gives like based off of what she was just given. And I was just like kind of like taken back. I was like astounded at how like quickly it registered in her to be
that's amazing.
Giving off of getting a gift. And I was like, that's really awesome. So kudos to Pastor Michael and Melissa for instilling that in their kids. Like 100%. And that's the job of a parent. Job of a parent is to instill the right values and instill character to actually live those values out. Yeah. And when you could say, okay, like if I get $20, do I really need to give $2 off of the 20? And it's like, you don't need to be legalistic about it and you don't have to, but are you missing out on an opportunity for God to teach you on how to live on less and how to not be like personally like confined and a slave to finances? Like it doesn't rule you if you have open hands with it, you know? It can't rule you. It just can't. And so I think a lot of Christians, we get into this and there's extremes on both sides of that conversation. Sure. And a lot of people in general feel like churches are like, give me your money, you know? And it's really not like that. It's really a lot more in the middle. And it's like, okay, well, the Lord teaches us that the love of money is the root of all evil. Not that money is evil. It's a tool. It's not any more evil than a hammer, you know? Yeah. Like you sometimes you need it to survive. You need it to do the things that God has called you to do, but you can't let money be driving the vehicle of your life. Yeah. You know? And that's what Jesus is teaching us. He teaches us that you give.
Ask Susie, I say this all the time, and she almost gets upset with me. And I know that sounds like negative. I say it all the time. I don't like money. Yeah. I don't, because I
can't stand it.
It's like what you just said, like it's not the root of all evil, right? But it's just I seen it, and I feel sometimes even if I'm in a good financial season, you get like, I don't want to say greedy. You get like, okay, I got this. Like, oh, I want more. Like, there's a little bit of a.
You always have to protect your heart in it.
Yeah, there's like I say it all the time. My happiest moments in life and these 40 years have not been around money. Sometimes my best times and best moments I've had the least and lowest amount of money. Yeah. We have great months or great years. We have bad months and bad years for sure. And we are on a cycle or a roller coaster, should say. But it's amazing how I think with what I was getting at was to teach our kids to. I love to teach them, like, hey, do this and you can get something. And it's almost teaching them values. Sure. And sometimes they, both of my kids sometimes are not great of like keeping their money or putting their money away. Sometimes they'll just leave it on a shelf. And it's like, son, that's not a good place to do it. Something else can happen with it. So I'm trying to teach them values, but also more importantly, it's like, that's not everything. The moments. Hey,
don't let this rule your life.
Yes. Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah. And I think that there's so many people that need to hear that message. Like, don't let money rule your life, because it will destroy you. Absolutely. If it rules your life. If you love money, like Jesus says, you can't serve two masters. You cannot love God and money. Right. So if you love money and it's competing with God, you're losing, even if you have a successful life and you have everything you need, and you can have temporary happiness because of the things you can buy with money and the life that you can live with money. But it ultimately rots your soul. And that's really what you're getting at with what you're saying. And
also sometimes I think, sorry to interrupt.
No, you're good.
When you're not chasing it, it comes to you.
Yeah.
So at least for me, it's like when I'm not.
The Lord provides.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a good song.
Come on. I know the Lord will provide.
That's a good one.
That's right. Seek first the kingdom and all of its righteousness.
I said that to Miss Lucy, by the way. 3-4 times shout out to Miss Lucy on this. She should have maybe been here. Maybe it should have been a Lucy episode. But
Merry Christmas.
When she was babysitting one time, we came back and I was like, I love how she sings that bridge of it. I love how she to me, I said she has she puts a little bit of spunk in it. because I got the song, and it's not like how Miss Lucy sings it.
Yeah, well,
so
you have an affinity for the first time you hear it too.
Yeah.
Like when it really hits.
It's awesome.
Yeah, that's so good.
It's awesome.
That's really good. Yeah. Well, I think that like off the back of giving, like what an awesome season and opportunity. Like it is the season of giving. It is the season where you could literally like change somebody's life by how generous you are towards them. And that doesn't mean you need to sell all your possessions and you just need to be a person that counts the cost, and you need to be a person that says, "Oh, am I ruled by the idea of what I can get this holiday season, this Christmas season, or am I excited about the opportunity to scheme for generosity? Like, what can I do? I'm going to scheme for generosity. I'm going to scheme for like..."
Sounds like a good character.
Yeah, I know. It sounds like amazing. Wow. The generous schemer, you know?
The Grinch of screaming.
Yeah. Scheming. Yeah. But I just think that's it's like such a good opportunity.
Yeah.
And like, you know, Jesus said it's more blessed to give than to receive. And for us to be the people that actually live that out, like, let's see that. Let's live that out. Let's not be ruled by our possessions or our finances or anything like that. And don't do anything that's going to make you so anxiety riddled in January because you couldn't afford it in December. You know, that's my piece of advice. I'm just saying, like, don't take out a loan for Christmas. Just don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I hope that's needs a case.
Yeah. Like,
for
kids are okay. Just wrap a toy you have or go to the Goodwill or something. You know, kids are all right.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's, and you'll be amazed too, because a lot of people think whatever your kids, they just say if maybe Taylor wants an Elsa bike.
Yeah.
And that's the number one thing. You'll be amazed if she got an Elsa pillow or a stuffed animal.
Yeah.
You'll be amazed at how happy she is. And it may be, because they're kids and sometimes they don't really know what they want or really understand everything. Yeah. And it's like, don't be so discouraged that you can't get what your 5-year-old or 8-year-old or 12-year-old is saying, because that's not real life, So
yeah, and that's the Apostle Paul in Philippians says, in plenty and in lack, I have found contentment in both. Like I've learned what it means to be content in any and every season, and that's just the way that we should live. That's the way we should teach our kids to live. Not like, oh, you don't deserve good things, or you're not like Like the thing is like. We want to be people that live within our means. We want to be people that like live realistically, and also the most joyous people, the most giving people, the most generous people, and generosity towards our kids and all that. But we want to teach them that like our contentment, just like our joy, it's not based on our circumstances. Our contentment's not based on our circumstances or our possessions. Our contentment is found in Christ.
Well said.
This Christmas season.
Well said. Well. The word is joy.
Wow. I got so much joy. I feel that warm feeling.
You got it?
Yeah. Yes. Might be the coffee. Might be the pumpkin spice coffee.
That could help. That could help. That could definitely help.
Quick reminder, come to Christmas Eve service, 4:30 p.m.
4:30.
Christmas Eve.
Whitechapel.
That's on a Tuesday this year.
South Daytona, Florida.
1730 South Ridgewood Avenue.
32119.
32119. South Daytona. Yeah. It'll be great. Yeah, I can't wait to just have a good Christmas season.
Yeah.
And we hope that everybody's blessed. And
we do.
We got a couple more weeks in this month. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Best time of the year.
Best time of the year. Wow. Yes. Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Wow, you're good at that.
Thanks. I've been practicing a lot with Jones because I'm always like, what does Santa say?
Jordan is really good at that. You got the Santa thing down.
Dude, yeah. If I could actually grow a beard, maybe one day I'd be Santa.
You look at the white one, just the, Big Lots. $3. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, everyone. Yeah. We'll see everyone.
We love you.
Church Chats in 2025.
Come on. Let's go. Another year.
Streaming on Netflix maybe one day.
Bye.